Right now, as you sit there listening to this, sipping your coffee or driving down the highway, something is screaming, not in some far-off jungle, not in a movie, in the heart of America, in Iowa, in North Carolina, in California. Some other pig named Bella, though the industry calls her number 4729, is losing her mind inside a metal crate so narrow she can't turn around. Not even once. Her belly is swollen with life. Her piglets are kicking inside her, but she can't nest. She can't root in the dirt. She can't even lie down without her own legs crushing against the bars. The floor beneath her is slick with piss and shit. The air burns her lungs with ammonia so thick it eats away at her eyes. She's bitten her own tail raw in pure frustration, until they docked it without painkillers. This isn't one sad story. This is happening to millions of sows right now, every single day. And Bella, she is one of the lucky ones, because at least she's not a chicken. Welcome to the brutal, hidden war America is waging on the animal kingdom. A war most of you pay for every time you bite into a burger, crack an egg, or order wings. This isn't some conspiracy theory. This is the cold, hard, billion-dollar reality of factory farming, wildlife trafficking, and the quiet extinction of everything that isn't human. And today, we're ripping the curtain wide open. No filters, no sugarcoating, just the raw truth that will make you question everything you thought you knew about the food on your plate and the planet you live on. Let's start where the screams are loudest. Inside America's factory farms, 99% of all farmed animals in the United States live and die in these concrete hellholes. Over 10 billion land animals every single year. That's 9 billion chickens, 130 million pigs, 32 million cows, all of them processed like widgets on an assembly line. Picture a broiler chicken shed in Georgia. 50,000 birds crammed wing to wing in a space the size of your living room. They're bred to grow so fast that by 6 weeks old, their bodies are the size of a full-grown chicken. But their bones and hearts can't keep up. Their legs buckle under the weight. They collapse in their own waste. Hearts failing, lungs collapsing. Many never see the sun. Many never feel grass. They're genetically engineered freaks of nature designed for one purpose: cheap meat for your drive-thru. And the pigs, smart as hell. Smarter than your dog, smarter than a 3-year-old kid. Scientists have proven pigs can play video games with joysticks. They recognize themselves in mirrors. They form friendships, mourn their dead, dream. But in the industry, they're treated like breathing machines. Pregnant sows in gestation crates for 4 straight months. Crates so small they can't even stretch. Piglets get their teeth clipped and tails docked with pliers. No anesthesia, because overcrowded makes them go crazy and bite each other. Then they're slammed onto trucks, driven for hours without food or water, and finally hung upside down in slaughterhouses where many have their throats slit while still conscious. Cows aren't spared either. Dairy cows are impregnated over and over, their calves ripped away within hours so it can steal the milk meant for their babies. Those male calves, many end up in tiny veal crates, chained by the neck, unable to turn, fed a liquid diet that keeps their flesh pale and tender for your fancy restaurants. And when the cows finally break down from exhaustion after 4 or 5 years of this, they're utter swollen and infected. They're sent to the same slaughter line. The Humane Methods of Slaughter Act. It doesn't even cover chickens or turkeys. Billions die every year fully awake, throats cut while they flapped and scream in electrified water baths. But here's where it gets even darker. These animals aren't just suffering in silence. Science is screaming back at us. Pigs have the cognitive power of toddlers. Cows form complex social bonds and feel grief. Chickens can remember over 100 faces and pass down knowledge to their chicks. They feel pain, fear, joy, and despair exactly like we do. Yet we treat them like objects. Why? Because it's profitable. Because the industry spends millions lobbying Congress to keep the truth hidden. Because 8 gay laws in half the states make it illegal for undercover investigators to even film what's happening inside. And this isn't just farms. The war spreads to the wild too. Every year, millions of wild animals are poached, trafficked, or pushed to extinction so we can have exotic pets, ivory trinkets, or rhino horn medicine. Tiger farms in the US, yes, legal in some states, breed big cats for canned hunts, where rich guys pay 10 grand to shoot a drugged animal in a pen. Elephants in Africa are gunned down for their tusks while their babies watch. Sharks have their fins sliced off alive and tossed back to drown. The global wildlife population has dropped 73% since 1973%. That's not a statistic. That's an apocalypse happening in real time while we argue about gas prices. Why does any of this matter to you? Because this system is poisoning everything. The manure from these factory farms, 941 billion pounds a year in the US alone, gets dumped into rivers untreated. It creates dead zones in the Gulf of Mexico the size of New Jersey. It breeds antibiotic-resistant superbugs that kill 70,000 Americans a year. The workers in these plants, they develop PTSD at rates higher than combat veterans. And the animals? They're suffering leaks into our food, higher stress hormones, E. coli outbreaks, salmonella in your chicken. But here's the twist that'll keep you up at night. This isn't inevitable. It's a choice. A choice we made when we industrialized life itself after World War II. Before that, farms were small. Animals lived like animals. Then Big Ag took over. Tyson, Smithfield, Cargill, corporate giants that control 90% of the meat supply. They write the laws. They fund the ads that tell you happy cows make happy milk. Bullshit. Those happy cows are standing knee-deep in shit in feedlots, pumped full of hormones so they produce 10 times more milk than nature ever intended. I've seen the undercover footage. Investigators who risked everything to go inside these places describe the same thing. Hallways lined with dead bodies. Animals so sick they can't stand. Workers kicking and shocking them just to keep the line moving. One investigator told me about watching a sow give birth in a farrowing crate, her piglets falling onto the grate below, some crushed, some starving because she couldn't reach them. The screams echoed for hours. No one came. And yet, there's a spark of hope in the horror. More Americans than ever waking up. Plant-based meat is exploding. States are banning gestation crates. Companies like McDonald's and Walmart are slowly shifting because consumers are demanding it. But it's not enough. Not when 10 billion animals still die every year in the US alone. Not when the next pandemic could come from one of these overcrowded virus factories, just like COVID likely did. So what now? This isn't about guilt, it's about power. Your dollar is your vote. Every time you choose a Beyond Burger instead of beef, every time you support a small regenerative farm, every time you tell your congressman to pass real animal welfare laws, you're striking a blow in this war. You're striking a daily in this war. You're saying the intelligence, the pain, the lives of these beings matter. Because here's the final gut punch. If we can do this to animals who feel everything we do, what does that say about us? About a nation that prides itself on freedom while running the biggest animal concentration camps in history? The screams are real. They've been silenced by steel walls and corporate PR for too long. But now you've heard them. The question is, what are you going to do with that knowledge? The next time you're at the grocery store, look at the package. Look past the smiling cartoon cow. Remember Bella. Remember the chickens who never walked. Remember the wild tigers bred for bullets. And ask yourself, is this the America we want to be? The animals can't vote, they can't tweet, they can't fight back. But you can. The choice is yours. And the clock is ticking. For them, and for all of us. Thank you for listening. Share this if it hit you, because silence is the real killer here.